Okay, yeah, fire away, guys.
Right, I'm Rain.
I'm Lawson.
I'm Alex.
I'm Luke.
Obviously today we're going to talk about the values and beliefs that we heard about from Jonathan Wingate yesterday with regards to music and his beliefs on it.
And his experiences.
Jonathan Wingate back in town.
Jonathan Wingate. Got evaluation, values and beliefs. You can't.
Last
Go to the next one.
I'm trying.
No.
Ready?
Click, man.
Having a solid record is important.
Yeah, it was basically saying, like, having a physical record is
physical
important.
object to touch to get
people
more in
like
touch
to
with the artist.
have
Yeah.
just a whole.
Downloading.
And rather than,
download.
yeah, he doesn't like downloads. He was talking about people giving him download codes and this, that, and the other, and they didn't want anything to do with it. He literally just chucked it out. He wants to actually have something physical there for him to grab, touch, put in a CD player or find.
And
I
you're
like
saying,
those
like,
lines.
a demo CD, you only need 3 tracks.
3 solid tracks.
On a demo to send out to labels and such.
Yeah, as long as you can keep it at a really good standard is what he was coming across.
And not just if you're going to send off a demo, don't just send out like a blank CD with
No
your name
royalties.
scrolled over it.
You need to, in essence, have your branding ready on there. You've got to have your metadata sorted so that when they put it into their CD players and whatnot, it's going to come across, like your name's going to come on there, the tracks will come on there, all the audio details and stuff like that. Because in essence, it just helps you as an artist, is what he was coming across with that. Next. Keeping mysticism. This is with regards to the artist and your audience, basically. It was very, very hard on saying that you need to keep that distance between yourselves, but still interact with your audience in that sense, in your fan base. You've got to keep that mysticism as an artist, you know, being inhuman.
Yeah, they don't want to see you as like superhuman.
Yeah, they don't want to see you as doing normal things like, for example, talked about David Bowie saying that he went for a poo. And he wasn't allowed to say that.
Yeah.
He said poo.
Yeah, basically, yeah, along those lines. He was saying, another example is Robbie Williams was on a breakfast show. He had loads of girls screaming outside and stuff like that. But then when he actually went up to them and started talking to them, they were a bit shocked and didn't understand the fact that why he was coming up to them.
Shit.
Next slide, my friend. Yeah, there you go, that's just the examples of those.
Timeless hits.
Right, this is another point that he made. This is again with regards to his values and beliefs. He's talking about if you're going to make music, make it as perfect as you can and try and make it last throughout time, basically, as in timeless hits. I mean, he came across as his favourite artists. So he came out with Bob Marley, the Beatles, David Bowie, Nick Drake and Jimi Hendrix, and he was saying these are kinds of people that everybody tries to emulate in essence.
They're the people that he looked up to when he was young.
And you're basically saying if you're going to emulate anybody, like...
You're better off just emulating those people from back in the day.
Rather than people at a lower level.
Yeah. I mean, with regards to myself, I was saying I liked like R. Kelly, things like that. And he was saying, well, rather than that, you might as well go right the way back and listen to Marvin Gaye and things like that instead. Because that's what they're listening to, basically.
Experiences.
This is his personal experiences.
Yeah, it took Nirvana to Virgin Records. Like, he was the first person to do that, and they turned him down. Said they weren't good enough, and then obviously they got big after that in America.
And he was the first person to interview them in the UK as well.
That's taught him to follow his instincts and
really stick to his guns, basically, and go for what you're doing and stuff like that. He was talking about his old school views and thinking, and how he was getting criticised a lot by people in the industry because of how picky he is about certain artists and things and how he wants them to come across.
And he was saying nowadays too much stuff goes out that shouldn't, which is the reason why there's so much rubbish music out.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I mean, he was talking about the whole fact of music. There is good and bad. He goes, you know good music and you know bad music. Next.
Passion from your side.
Passion. Yeah, it's passion, obviously. Yeah, I mean, he came from a classically trained background because his auntie was a famous classical pianist, his mother was a pianist. Coming from that, obviously, he really looked into his music and stuff like that.
It's so random, isn't it?
Obviously, a couple of his experiences was when he went down to Abbey Road, where he was like saying to us, and he cried because he got really emotional about it, because he was selling some deals and whatnot, you know, everything he'd gone through with them.
He went to the studio and he sat on Bob Marley's couch, and then there was a few other artists in there, and he pulled back the sofa and said, look, it's Bob Marley split burns, and I was like,
yeah, they didn't have the same passion for it as what he did, basically, but he's saying...
But at the end of the day, it's Bob Marley, you know, one of the greatest.
And he's saying, in essence, you need to kind of emulate that passion.
Yeah, he was saying you have to
for it.
just want to do well in music 100%, or there's no point doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to have that drive like inside.
That's it. Step on. So, with regards to that, I mean, obviously his values, his passions come through, like, very obviously from what he was talking about with us and things like that. And everything that he said to us, he was just talking about, you know, not missing out on opportunities, really pursuing it. You've got to do it yourself, no one's going to do it for you.
Fantastic. Round of applause, please.